Hello there, sportsmen. You know, it's been said, if your life is boring, then risk it. That's exactly what we're going to be doing in the next few minutes. I'm going to take you turtle hunting. Last week, caught a little teeny one. This week, we're going for the danger. We have a great recipe and more, so stay tuned. I'm Fred Trost. It's time for the adventurous practical sportsman. Now, let's talk about this creek here. You said we're going to be walking up this creek. I thought when we got to this that this was just a beginning. I mean, I didn't know that. I don't think a lot of people realize that have kids playing in creeks like this, that there's snappers under the banks.
Oh yeah, there is. There is. There's snappers. I would have to say there's snappers in every creek. When I was a kid in this mile section here, you would probably end up with 40 turtles 30, 40 years ago. But that would be, and that was select sizing them. My dad never kept anything less than 15 pounds.
Wow.
So I mean,
you mean there's turtles, there were turtles that big in creeks like this?
Oh yeah,
And
we
lots
took,
of them?
what was last year we took that 35 pounder out of here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And I took a 44 pounder in a trap 2 miles north of here on the same creek. So they're here. The big ones usually get in the big holes. And normally you can't reach far enough back in to get to them. Now, that's why I kind of like the small creeks, because I can get a big one every now and then. On the big rivers, no. Best way to get a big one is hunt below the dams, and you do that during the wintertime. And
While they're hibernating.
well, the big ones on the main rivers, they really don't hibernate as per se. They still move to a certain amount.
Even in the winter?
Yep, they won't all bury in the mud. You'll get a big 40, 50 pounder that will, below the dams. I know a lot of guys, that's where they hunt during the wintertime, but they just like to get the big one.
Well, now they have a season, though.
Yeah, Ohio doesn't and Indiana doesn't, and I understand in Illinois they're getting ready to put one, but here in Michigan, their season starts July 1st to September 30th in the Lower Peninsula, and then July 15th to September 30th in the UP. And this year was a late year, so anybody that caught turtles this year probably still had eggs in them. And if we do that, we'll go and we put them in the sand around our house, and then we put a wire cage over them, and then when they hatch, we'll take them down to some real small feeder creeks that I know that, well, mink eat them, turtles will eat them. Blue herons are notorious for eating them.
The small turtle?
Yeah, and the small turtle, he's no bigger than a quarter probably when he hatches. And he's real soft, pliable plastic. So, I mean, it's definitely a dinner for something out of it.
Well, speaking of dinners, I think it's time we just get right in.
Yep, get right in. The best way to do it is wade upstream, because if you wade downstream, a lot of times you'll create a lot of mud in the water, and that kind of alerts them.
And they might turn around.
Yeah, and there's a little bit more wave action when you're going downstream. I don't hunt downstream unless I have to.
So we'll go upstream
And we don't hunt on cloudy days.
Because that's when you got bit?
Well, no, cloudy days, a lot of times they still think it's evening or early in the morning, and they'll lay out in the water or they'll come back out. Every now and then you'll find one here that didn't get. That's how we got that big one last year. He was in a deep hole feeding. We come around the bend, and I said to Martin, I said, look at that turtle. And he was a big one. He was eating crayfish. And we watched him for probably, I guess, 10 minutes, didn't we, before we went in there and got him. And he was a nice turtle.
Wow. Well, we'll see what we encounter. We're going to watch you, Nelson. And I think
thought
Mark
you were going to do it.
Well, I don't know.
The man's name is Nelson Hurst from Charlotte. Some call him gutsy, some call him crazy. Feeling for snapping turtles under riverbanks is potentially dangerous, but so is walking on slippery rocks in a stream. Now, I'm living proof of that. Just watch. The hazards in and along small farm creeks are many. Cows usually aren't anything to worry about, but bulls can be. Electric fences will give you a zap you won't forget if you're not careful.
This is possibly the most dangerous part of the day. Hang on, Mark. Let's help each other out here. Whoa.
Nelson's son, Marty, holds a rag for insulation on that hot electric wire. Now we're on the same side of the fence as the cattle. Snapping turtles in the river, hornets in the trees, and after close inspection, a bull, a big one.
Now, that's not a bull, is it?
That's a steer.
Oh, that's a healthy steer.
Yeah, I think he's getting ready to ship these to market. Last I knew, he had like 17. He was going to cut down just a couple. Nope, that is a bull. He must have brought that one in for breeding.
Well, I'm glad he's going the other way. A little message for us.
Well, the creek just makes a corner right over there,
So
so
we'll
we'll
see
see him
him.
again. He's not going away.
This right here is what turtles
Yep.
like to eat.
Yep, they like those.
Good work, Mark. Good
Well,
catch.
You're the only one that caught something so far.
A lot of crayfish here. Now right here you can tell with all these clam shells, freshwater clams, freshwater mussels, these have been eaten by the raccoons, and there's a perfect raccoon print right there. Raccoons go out in the water and pick them up and bring them back here and eat them.
There's fresh muskrat clippings in here, so there's probably a den back underneath here.
A muskrat den.
Yeah. They get a little bit upset when you play around in their backyard.
But the turtles are sometimes up with the muskrats?
Yeah, they'll eat the baby muskrats. Well, you know, Fred, it's not every day everybody gets to have an audience.
No, this is great. Live audience. Here's the bull. How you doing?
Fred, I don't think you want to shake hands with him.
Want to shake hands with him? Would he, I don't know about this. I tell you, if it isn't one thing, it's something else. Now hold it, he's not gonna, you know animals.
No, he doesn't act man.
He's not gonna come down here.
Yeah, he's just curious to see who you are and what you are.
Is he gonna tell me?
Yeah, but I wouldn't stick my hand up there.
Oh, did you see that? Oh, I tell you, it's a thrill a minute when you go turtle hunting. Oh, that scared me. I thought he was coming in. Oh boy. Oh, look at him scooting that other one out of the way. Look at these guys. They're curious, I hope. I hope little allergies.
Yeah, allergies are bad.
Oh boy. It's getting real interesting. Scared you?
Yeah.
What happened?
First rock I felt, it felt like one.
Huh.
And then you get a smooth, really super smooth rock. And as soon as I threw my hand on it, I felt, oh, you're too far ahead.
John, right behind you, you have an interested bull. No. No. Stay there.
I don't think we want to excite them ball-faced hornets because I don't think we can run fast enough through this water.
You ever been nailed by those?
Yeah, when they all come after you, you're in a world of trouble because they will bite you bad.
Oh, just hanging over the middle of the stream.
Yeah. You don't ever see very many like that, but I have blundered into them accidentally in the brush piles and stuff. And they can hurt.
So we'll just take a detour
Yeah.
up around the bank.
Well, this isn't keeper country.
So you think you got one there?
Yeah, I see where the tracks look like something went in.
Think he's facing out?
Larger Justin's baby blue.
Come here, Fred. Let me use your hand.
Oh, yeah, not using my hand. Not after I saw you jerk back like you did. You're in there with your hand now, aren't you?
All right, Fred, come here.
You're sure?
Yeah, I got him right by the...
By the what?
He's a big turtle, Fred.
Why don't you take him?
Come here, Fred.
Huh?
Come here.
Okay. I don't know. Look, this man is... hey, you're in there with two hands. I don't think so. See. Uh-oh, here we go. Oh! Awesome. Look at that. Oh, no. Nelson. Way to go.
I knew what it was as soon as I hit it, but I couldn't tell whether I had him by the head or what.
Where was he? How was he?
I hit him here.
Right in the tail?
Yeah, but he had his tail curled. And I
Oh.
couldn't tell.
Well, that was a two-hander to pull out,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
well, it's tight back in there.
Huh.
That's a nice turtle.
Hold
We'll
that
make sure he's legal.
Now,
right up higher to your head.
yeah. Ooh.
Just like that.
They hiss a little bit.
I'm gonna get it close. Just hold him like that.
Yeah, we'll see if he, yes. Mmm. Ooh. You say they're nastiest at this size?
Yeah, the big ones are a little bit more docile than they are here.
Well,
That's not a big one.
No,
no, this is
about 12 pounds.
this is 12?
Yeah, I would say 12, maybe 14.
Now, what's the legal size?
12 inches.
12 inches from, you want me to hold him?
I did put that.
Yeah, it is a heavy one. You probably don't want me to swing him too close to you here, do you?
Nah, well, my wife already got me fixed, so you didn't have to.
Ooh, these back claws.
Let's put him up in the bank.
In the bank?
I'd go that way.
That's all where he went in at. It looked like a muskrat going in.
Got him? What's your fingers?
He's just about 12 and a half inches.
It has to be 12.
Yep.
Here, let me get in there with the. Yeah, that's great the way you're doing it now.
See, he's just 12 and a half.
Okay, so you can measure from...
From the front of the shell
Mm-hmm.
to the back farthest tip. He's just about 12 inches.
Yeah, okay. So that's a keeper.
Yep.
Now,
Mark, give Fred the bag.
Here, Fred.
We'll let him.
I'm
Let him
the
roll
bag man.
Right now, I'm not going to let this turtle bite you, Fred.
Yeah?
But don't get scared.
Now, you're going to get scared.
Why?
Just the way I put him in.
You're going to put him in tail first?
No, head first.
Well, why would that bother me?
Well,
Watch.
Watch.
Gotta do it
do
quick.
not. There.
Yeah?
That's it. Most people, as soon as they get anywhere within 2 feet of the hand, they start
Oh.
jumping like this.
No, I do have to watch because it could bite through this.
Yeah, it can
Bag.
bite through the bag.
So I have to hold it off to the side. Now, this is going to be a chore. But I'll have to just carry it in the water? Like,
Yeah.
Great. Go back in and see if there's any more at home.
oh, up in here? So you think there might be more in this hole? Duck is often difficult for a lot of people to cook. They say it tastes livery, that it gets tough and all kinds of problems. This is called Dutch apple duck that Bruce Gilmet from Lansing brought to us and cooked for us. And I asked you, Bruce, to carve this. And you handed me the knife.
Well, I figured you should play mother.
I should play mother.
Yeah.
He says he's not very good at carving. Well, I tell you.
I'll cook it. I'll bring it to the table.
Okay.
Beyond that, it's up to you.
What part of the duck? Now I got a leg right here. Is that
I'm a leg man.
your leg, man? Yeah, we'll just leave that go right there, without going too much farther. And
Tender enough?
oh yeah, I mean it's tender, but this is not a real cosmetic job I'm doing here. But we're getting the meat off of this. Now explain to me how this was cooked. You call this Dutch apple duck. In
Right.
fact, John, you can look over at the ingredients over here. You have a duck that this looks like a domestic duck.
It is.
We're a tad out of season right now.
This is true. When you happened to call me, I was out of ducks, so I had to go out and buy 2 ducks to start with.
So this is the domestic duck, which is stuffed with. You have rice here,
Right.
an array of ingredients like applesauce, honey,
Right.
nutmeg,
Cinnamon.
vanilla,
Right.
vinegar,
Right.
and what is this right here?
Well, those are the apple rings.
The apple rings,
Yeah, you
okay.
got to have a little presentation.
With some butter.
With some butter.
There's some apples, some onions, and the cooking bag. Now this is for turkeys.
Oh, it's for anything you want to use it for.
I have never heard of cooking a duck, never seen a duck recipe that recommends using one of those, bags. But boy, is this, John, we have the most tender, succulent duck I think that we've ever seen. That must be the cooking bag.
That's the cooking bag. That's right.
Helps do that.
And it's terrific when you can do it over a campfire, too.
Why would you do a cooking bag over a campfire?
I'll have to show you one of these days. I suspend it from a tripod.
In a cooking bag.
In a cooking
And it doesn't
bag.
catch on fire and
No.
fall apart? I'll be darned.
The year before last, I did a 23-pound turkey that way.
Now we have
Done
some
ducks.
we have some stuffing inside here.
Well, that's applesauce stuffing.
Okay, I'm getting ready to try it. I don't know if you're
All
going
right.
to work on that leg there. I have some apparently breast meat.
I don't know what Miss Manners says, but I like to pick it up. Taste all right?
Tastes all right. It tastes nothing like any other duck. And this is a domestic duck, but you can still, duck is duck, but this is not. This is awesome. And this is the breast meat. It's usually really dry. It's incredible.
I don't like dry meat. Meat should have flavor.
Now you have this on a bed of rice, of course, which you'd normally be eating that along with it.
Right.
This applesauce stuffing,
It's,
that's iffy.
yeah, it is. I use it, that helps to cook the meat and flavor the meat. Usually, the applesauce stuffing, that's just to change the taste.
It's
I
not
like
an
the rice.
attraction. It's not the
No.
first thing you want to go to.
No,
You want to
it's
stay
not.
with the meat.
Yeah. Fact is, usually I will move the applesauce out and not even serve it. If it's there, sometimes I'll eat it.
I
Usually
see.
I'll set it aside. But I cook it for the meat and the rice.
Otherwise, you follow the directions, you do it in the cooking bag, you put these ingredients in, and you have the most succulent duck. In fact, you know what this should be? You know how they serve Cornish game hens and everybody gets their own?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, I think that this is how this should be. That this should be my own. And you cook a duck for everybody. Oh, I tell you, this is awesome. This is, Bruce,
Well,
you brought
glad you
something new to the world of duck cookery.
Well, it's most people complain about duck that it's fishy, it's muddy tasting. They don't like it. They don't, and I can't stand to see what game wasted. And then there's an individual I know that hunts, but he won't eat the ducks.
Problem
I'll take all you can give me.
solved.
I take all you can give me.
Now, this is usually the point I come in and tell you about the recipe that's in the Practical Sportsman magazine. But Bruce Gilmet had another tip on stuffing that duck. Really blew my mind. I think you'll find it interesting too. We just got a last-minute tip here from Bruce Gilmet. Now, you said that you don't stuff this duck just before you cook it.
No, definitely not. I don't like the fishy or the muddy taste people refer to on duck. I want to eliminate that. So what I usually try to do is I stuff this duck at least a day, sometimes 2 days before. And I'll stuff it with rice, apples, onions, and lemon. And down in there, it's all stuffed in the cavities. It's
and packed in.
right. And then I just leave it sit in the refrigerator for a day or two. And it helps to get rid of that. It eliminates, for me, that taste most people don't like.
So, like a diver duck or a stronger duck like that,
Uh-huh.
you would leave like 2 days?
Yes.
And a mallard maybe a day?
Maybe a day, that's right. And it helps to pull that out of there. And then before I cook it, I take all of that out, throw it away.
Oh, you take this stuffing out?
That gets thrown away, and that takes away that nasty flavor. And then I stuff it with the applesauce and all the ingredients.
I'll be darned. What a tip. Revolutionizing the world of duck hunting. This is a great idea.
Okay.
That is the way to cook a duck. I can't wait for spring. I bet you can't either. You stay tuned. We're going to talk about public television, so hang on. What? Huh? You know what that is? That's Grandpa's Emmy Award. Now this is a little different pledge break that I'm doing right here. Come here, Allison. Look around to the camera. This is my little 7-month... Huh? Oh, you're quite talkative on TV. This is my granddaughter, who I'm very proud of. You know, we have the trophy books on TV. I've caught a lot of big fish and got some nice deer, things like that. But this has got to be my pride and joy. Little Allison Barnes. Now, she has 2 legs and 6 arms. Trust me.